Hello everyone, today I'll be showing you Proper for Portal 2. Proper is a modified VBSP compile tool that will compile what you have in Hammer to a model instead of a map. This is useful for high detailed brushes that you would like to use in your level so you don't take up a high brush budget or use a ton of funk details. You can download it on my website from this blog post, the comment section below, or descriptions, or the download section on my website. Once you start the download, it'll only take a few seconds as it's a 3.5 megabyte file. Once that's done, right-click and extract the file. Once the files are extracted, double-click into the folder and double-click install.bat. This will launch the installer that I've made. Press any key to continue past the first welcome screen, and we're immediately asked for where our Steam location is. The easiest way to find this is to right-click on your Steam shortcut that's on your desktop and click Open File Location. Now select this bar at the top with the path, right-click and copy it. Go back to the command prompt, right-click and paste. Then hit Enter. Hit Enter again, and it will copy all the files and folders to where they need to go so Proper can function correctly. Now it will automatically load the authoring tools. We need to do a quick setting in Hammer before we can continue with the tools. Once you've loaded Hammer, click Tools, Options, and you'll need to add the Proper FGD. So just select it from your list and click Open. You will then have Portal2.fgd and Proper.fgd in your Configure Hammer window. Hit OK, and then go back to your command prompt and hit any key. The next window will say Important at the top. You should probably read this as it is important. It will let you know that there is a bug with Hammer and Proper with the version 7.5 VTF file formats. As it's not broken, it just scales the textures improperly. So, to be able to get proper scaling, convert the textures from version 7.5 to version 7.4. Inside of the Portal 2 Proper file that you've downloaded, I've included an exe, or a program if you will, to automatically convert a folder of VTFs from version 7.5 to version 7.4. I'll show you how to use this as we will be converting two textures and creating one model. Hit any key, and it will tell you that your install is complete. Now we just need to load the map that will be our model, and we can continue with the process. I already have one made. It's some broken ceiling tiles from Portal 2. These would be rather costly to have everywhere throughout your level, but as a prop static, they're relatively cheap. So the first step that we should do is convert the textures from version 7.5 to 7.4. We need to first know what textures we're looking to convert. This model's fairly simple as there are only two different textures, and no draw on the bottom. We need to look at the file path here in the face edit sheet. These textures are stored in Tile, Observation Tile, and these are 001B, and the other one is 001A. So these will be relatively simple to export. We'll also want to grab our Tools folder, since we're going to be in GCFscape anyways. I'll show you how to do that right now. So start by opening GCFscape, and then open the Pack01 directory VPK that's located in your Portal 2 install directory. Once that's open, you'll be presented with the folder structure of Portal 2. We'll need to create a new folder on our desktop to temporarily store the textures in while we convert them. I'm just going to simply call this Tiles, as that's what I'll be converting. Double-click on Materials, and then inside the Tile folder is where I'll find what I'm looking for. It's Observation Room 001A and 001B. I'm just going to drag these out into the Tiles folder. And since I'm here, I want to grab Tools. Proper cannot access textures within a VPK, so I want to place these into my Portal 2 directory so Proper can properly use them. So now, we're going to browse to our Portal 2 directory, inside Steam Apps, Common, Portal 2, and then right inside the Portal 2 directory, I'm going to put this Tools folder. Now we need to convert these textures from version 7.5 to version 7.4. Inside the Portal 2 Proper folder, double-click into VTF Version Changer, and VTF-ver.exe. The program is fairly simple to use. Simply click Select Folder, select the folder on your desktop, be sure to click Ignore Errors, and then Convert. If you have a lot of textures in here, it'll take quite a while to convert. Just let the program run, it hasn't crashed. You can then close that program, and our textures are converted. But since we're going to be keeping them in another folder, we need to edit the VMTs really quick. I'm going to store them in Tiles Model. Save both the VTFs, and then place them into your Materials folder. Reload Hammer, and it should automatically find the new textures. Now with the Face Edit sheet, you can select the texture and hit Replace. This will automatically let you change the textures with ease. You don't have to manually change each one. Now we can verify that they're in Tiles/Model by just clicking on them in the Face Edit sheet. Now we need to actually make it a prop. So select the prop to be all of the brushes and press Ctrl T. Now this will make it an entity, make it a proper underscore model. I'm going to name it Tiles as I want to use it as its own collision mesh. I'm not going to show you how to use proper to its fullest, as that's up to you to learn and figure out. Now on your desktop there's a bat file called createmodel.bat. There's also a copy of this in your C drive under prop source in case you delete this. Double click it to start the wizard for creating a prop. There's a few steps and information that we need to gather before we can finish creating the prop. So first we need to know what you want the model name to be. I'm just going to call this Tiles. We need to know how many folders deep we want to keep it. This is just for organizational purposes and where you want to store your models. I'm going to store mine 2 deep in Tiles and then Broken. The first folder will be Tiles. The second folder will be Broken. It's now telling us what we need to name our prop. So we need to open up our prop options here. And then we'll see, it says set your model name to Tiles/Broken/Tiles. You can copy items out of a command prompt by right-clicking and hitting Mark. And then right-clicking again and it will copy it to your clipboard. Then you can just simply paste it into the field. You'll need to do this for all 3 selections. Once you have the last one selected, click Apply and OK. Then hit any key. We're then told that we need to save our map to the desktop. So I'm going to save this to the desktop as Tiles. We now need to input our map file name without the extension. So the full name is tiles.bmf. All I'm going to enter though is Tiles. Hit the Enter key, and it says we must now close Hammer and Portal 2 authoring tools. Once those are closed, you can press any key to continue. You may receive this error the first time you go to compile. This is completely normal. Simply hit OK, and then start the wizard over again. You should already know what information that you want to put in here. Now the model will compile without a problem. If you receive that other error again, you'll need to check your spelling. A model should only take about a minute to compile, and then once it's done, you can reload Hammer. And it'll confirm with us that our model is complete. It'll say completed tiles.qc. That's how you know it's actually finished. You can hit any key and it'll close. You can now reopen Portal 2 authoring tools. I'm going to load up the model viewer and then we can check out our model. So I load the model. We saved it in Tiles. And then Broken. Here it is, tiles.mdl. And there's our model of broken tiles. We can also see it has a collision mesh that is pretty tightly wound to the tiles. And the no-draw texture is also reflecting as not being drawn. If you don't copy the tools folder from your BPK and into your materials folder, the tools textures will show as missing textures. All the tool textures serve different purposes inside of Proper than they do in normal compiles. You can learn more information on those at the VDC. The last thing that I'm going to show you is the prop as an actual prop static. You can see that both of these are exactly the same. They look the same and they'll act the same. But this one on the right, which is a model, is much cheaper than this one on the left, which would just be brushes. I hope this video has helped you, and I hope that you find use with Proper in Portal 2 and all your mapping adventures. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe,